the College of Engineering Research and Technology, Chandrapur. And IDym family is quite familiar with Anjum ma'am. So I don't need to talk about her. She is a multi-awardee in diverse academic achievements. So salute to you, ma'am, to share your experiences with us. Most welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm just sharing the slide.
You can put the PPT on the slide share mode. Yeah.
I hope it's visible. It's in the slide sharing mode.
It was visible, then again it went away. It was visible.
Now is it visible?
No.
Okay, on my screen I can see it.
No problem. Just relax and take it easy. Yeah, it was visible. No, not yet.
Yeah, I will start.
Your PPT is not visible, ma'am. Yes. Just no. Yes.
Now is it there?
Yes.
So we can start. Okay. So as we are having a session today, the NAP series 18, the 18 version or the 18 session of the NAP series, and the topic that we have today is Self-Reliant India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. And being from engineering and technical side, I thought I should be speaking on innovation and entrepreneurship and the different initiatives that are being taken at the institution level to promote innovation and entrepreneurship among the students. Now we know that the Indian education system, it is considered one of the credible ones among the developing nation, but still we have a long way to go in the field of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Now, even according to the Ministry of Education, which was earlier called as Ministry of Human Resource Development, it says that India lacks in the field of research and innovation as well as entrepreneurship. Now, why this is happening? Though there are a number of people who are doing research during their post-graduation, or they are doing research during their PhD levels, but there are the number of research that reach only till the research level implementation. Research level implementation here, I mean that we do a research, we develop some novel ideas, we develop some novel method, but we don't actually implement it, or there is no practical implementation of many of those research. Now, why this is happening? Why after developing a unique application, a novel application, why it is not brought into the community for the benefit of the community? One of the reasons is many of the people, they lack creative and critical thinking skills. And if we look at the objectives of the national education policy, creativity and critical thinking has been kept as one of the objectives. And so we are fortunate enough that we are having NAP, which is set to reform the Indian education system, and it will bring a change in our mentality, where we will come out of the mentality of getting a lucrative job offer at the end of our graduation, and we will try to develop a nation which will be self-reliant. And a nation can become a self-reliant only when we encourage its younger generation for innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, because the people are lacking thinking skills, that has led to stagnation of the intellectual property and the manufacturing of the products at the local levels. So this is very important that thinking capabilities are inculcated among all the citizens, especially the young generation, who is the future of our country, because creativity leads to innovation, which can be later developed into startups. Now, these are the 5 pillars of the self-reliant India. First is demographic dividend. Now we know that we have a large number of population, and but we always say that we are the largest democracy. We are the country with having the largest youth population in the whole world. Largest youth population means we have a large amount of talent that is hidden in our country. So if these young generation is equipped with vocational skills, technical skills, programming skills, and critical thinking skills, life skills, if they get all these skills, then surely they can in future go for innovation and entrepreneurship through startups. Now, the second is the infrastructure. Whenever we see this infrastructure, most of them think that because there are a lot many changes that are being made in the education system through NEP, some of them think that you will be needing new schools, new colleges. No, we just need to develop the infrastructure. And developing the infrastructure here means, especially, we should concentrate on using technology, using smart roads, smart waste management, digital highways, where data will be moving through the networks. So we need to develop the infrastructure that will be that will actually facilitate the research that is going on in the country. The third is demand. Now, because we are encouraging the people to come up for startups, and so there will be number of people who will be coming into entrepreneurship. So there should be a balance between demand and supply. So this is another pillar of self-reliant in India. The fourth one is technology. Now, NEP has a great stress on using the latest technologies. If you want to go for innovation and entrepreneurship as one of the key objectives to a self-reliant in India, so every one of us should be aware of the latest technologies like the Internet of Things, blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, cloud computing. So all these technologies, everyone should be knowing. It should be actually, it will be included in the curriculum, and it should be included. The fifth is a socio-economic growth. Now, here the socio-economic growth, it means that with the help of entrepreneurship that we want to go, and if we want to attain a self-reliant nation, so the economic growth should be very fast. It should not be gradual. It should be at a faster rate than what it is going on now. So now coming to the few facilities or objectives that has been given by NEP to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship in the higher educational institution. First one is the Incubation Center. Incubation Center are actually, we can say, it is a resource center or a center where the people can come together with the students as well as the faculty can come together. They can work on their own level ideas and come up with startups. So here in the NEP, we have one more provision which actually encourages interdisciplinary research because there is a need. Because though you're from arts or humanities or any other field, the technology, the engineering field, it should be integrated. Like for example, even my PhD research when I did, at the application side which I had, though I was working in IoT, but the application side was somewhere related to the healthcare system. So the interdisciplinary research should be encouraged to the incubation centers. Now, if an institution, if it does not have incubation center, it should be at least having some of the some of the initiatives taken by the Ministry of Education, like Institute Innovation Council and National Innovation and Startup Policy. Institute Innovation Council, it actually provides support to the students as well as the faculty by organizing seminars, workshops, and competitions to increase awareness regarding entrepreneurship through startups. The second is the National Innovation and Startup Policies, which actually frames policies and strategies to encourage startups both by the faculty and the students. Now, there are policies that should be laid for the startups because if a student gives his attention for a startup, then somewhere it is going to affect his studies also. So there should be provision for the students that along with the studies, they are able to maintain balance and continuing the studies and also going for startups. Now, the flexibility in academics. Yes, this is the most important feature and most interesting feature of NEP. Now, the higher educational institution should revise choice-based credit system to foster innovation and flexibility. There should be criteria-based credit system that should be adopted to assess the achievements of the students. Because though the course outcomes and the program outcomes have been identified by the universities and the staff, the faculty knows this, but the student doesn't know. So the evaluation of the students must be done if the student is able to actually achieve the source outcome. For example, if one of my course outcomes is that a student will learn MATLAB programming after studying this particular unit, so he should be able to do that. So the assessment of the students will be done not on the basis of the traditional exam system, where it is like a copy paste system where you're just gaining some information and writing down. Rather than it will be a system where continuous and comprehensive evaluation will be encouraged. Now, because we want the development of the institution, so there is one more provision in NEP, that is motivated and energized faculty. Obviously, if we will be having capable faculty working in the institution, it will be a boon for the students. Now, in this NEP, the faculty will have the freedom to design his own curricular and pedagogical approach. And he will be also able to blend the online and the offline learning methods. We can be adopting teaching methods to encourage innovation among the students. So obviously, if we are given a freedom to design our own curriculum, so we can come out of the traditional way of assigning projects and assignments to the students. For example, instead of following a traditional pattern of giving a few questions to the students and asking them to write down the answers in a notebook, instead of that, we can give a small assignment that they will be told to download few research papers related to a topic, and they can write a review of the paper. In fact, I have done this, and the students do it beautifully. They have just submitted beautiful reports on this. Now, under NEP, there are some few autonomous bodies that have been formed to foster innovation and entrepreneurship among the students. First one is the National Research Foundation, NRF, that will actually support the quality of research by funding the competitive research proposals in all disciplines. It will facilitate research in the institution, especially where the research is not being done. It is just at the evolving state, and it will provide mentoring support to those institutions. It will act as a bridge between the research scholars and the government organization that will be helpful in knowing about the current research issues. Because nowadays, the research topics that we are picking up, we just pick up randomly, just by doing some search on the Google and all, these select our research topics. But if we know what actual are the issues of the nation, we can be able to develop such projects, or we can be able to come up with the innovation that will be helpful to the community. And the NRF will also identify as well as encourage outstanding research work. Moreover, it also stresses on lowering the gender gap, especially because we can see there are less number of women in STEM, that is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Somewhere it also aims to lower the gender inequality that exists in the higher education system. The second is the National Education Technology Forum, NETF. And this will be created that will allow using technology to enhance learning, assessment, and administrations in the schools and the higher education institution. It will support the educational institutions in the selection of technologies that will support the latest research. Yes, this is a very big reason why the students in the UG or the PG level are not able to do the desired projects, just because the institutions are not able to provide them with the softwares or with the lab that will help them in their research. And with the establishment of NETF, the regular inflow of authentic data from the innovators and the researchers can be maintained, and it will also employ a group of researchers for the analysis of the received data. And one more initiative that will be taken by the NETF is organizing national and international conferences where the researchers, academicians, faculty, and industrial professions can share a common platform to share and exchange their ideas and research with each other. Now, yes, this is a very important thing. PhD and masters. Now, PhD and masters in core area are there, are always available, but now there should be with the NEP actually multidisciplinary research. In the multidisciplinary research will be allowed, where we can be also blending the technology with the professional areas like the agriculture and law. And if there are some new courses that are coming up in the master's at the master's levels or the PhD level, so these courses can be developed and it can be disseminated through platforms like the SWAYAM NPTEL. Now, SWAYAM NPTEL, it is a very, I can say, a very important and very nice platform. In fact, in our college, it is like we have made it compulsory for the students, at least one NPTEL course. So, and if the students are, even now, if the students are preparing for competitive exams like GATE, so it is a very helpful course. So, so there are a number of courses that are available in NPTEL, and the people can go for such courses to get updated through NPTEL. And another thing, because there are avenues available to have multidisciplinary research, so the people will have to equip themselves with different areas, with different types of skills. So one more thing that we'll be having in this NEP is that the higher education institutions can offer training for using artificial intelligence in different fields. Now, that is a very important thing as a part of NEP, because when I was just going through the objectives and the initiative of NEP, somewhere I thought, yes, artificial intelligence, it has been given so much of importance, because artificial intelligence is an immense area which we can be using to go for research, where we can be like encouraging the students to go for innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, the next thing that should be available is that we should be teaching languages to the students to so that it will be able to enhance the natural language processing. So natural language processing is somewhere with the speech, where the speech is converted into text. Now, as in NEP, it has one of the objectives that all the literature should be converted, or it should be translated into our local languages, or the language that we speak throughout our country. So it will be again be useful. And above all, like there should be actually encouragement from the institution side to develop the creativity and critical thinking among the students. And for this, what we always advise the students is take part in different kind of project competitions, go for the hackathons, typeathons that are being organized, and take part in all the competitions, especially the project competitions, because somewhere the people need to understand this. When we see this word research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, the people need to understand the difference. Research is just a study, we can say, a detailed study, with just we find something new. And innovation is where, when we actually implement that idea, the novel idea that we have found, we actually implement it. And then when we implement this idea, and when we start to bring it, when we try to commercialize it, it becomes a startup. And when we go into the market, it turns into an entrepreneurship. So in the college, what we do is, I mostly suggest the students like a journey from seminar to patent. I tell them, okay, now select a seminar topic, then develop a minor project, write a research paper, go for a major project in the final year, and your project should be such that you should be able to get a patent of it. And I can say it very proudly, like, okay, my students have not gone for a patent, but many of them at the B level, every year they are publishing papers. And I hope in future I can be having students working under me who can also go for patents. So this is all what I had to say on the today's session. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have actually incorporated the real implementation strategies in different areas of technical aspects also, because normally we just talk about basic and not so aware areas also. You have highlighted those areas in a beautiful way, and I just like the way you have labeled that part of incubator sector that is there. It's the way you have demonstrated the strategies over there. It looks like, when the baby is not feeling well, we put the babies in the incubator. In the same way, we have to use the ideas, put them inside a mind, which is an incubator,
Yes.
and develop. So that is what we all have, that instinct. We all have that power inside us. We just need people to motivate us. We need people
Yeah.
to give us the right direction. And you are actually giving them right direction. Hats off to you for being such a wonderful educator. You are empowering young minds through igniting dreams of young minds again now here with wonderful and beautiful strategies and implementation strategies. I love each and every aspect, and I hope this video is seen by each and every one how Anju ma'am is trying to create awareness on what technical aspects need to be covered with different areas of implementation techniques, strategies, and small nuggets of the way you demonstrated everything. So it was wonderful, ma'am. One question I would like to ask you, ma'am, is
Yeah.
that is, yeah, first I would like to take the privilege if I can ask you or no.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So, whatever I just saw in your screen, do you think that NEP policy has been highlighting this Atmanirbhar Bharat and Self-Reliant India? Are educators actually working on it or no? To be very frank and honest.
To be very frank and honest, like most of them are not working on it.
Yes.
But I think that is a gradual process, and everyone will there will be a time when everyone realizes that it is for our benefit, and they will start working on it.
Because I have seen they're talking, but implementation is not happening. It is very easy to say on the session. It is very easy to preach on the
Yeah.
session, but they are themselves not aware of what implementation techniques are needed to make these start taking shape. You have taken the initiative, you have broken the ice, and it is happening also the way you said.
Yeah.
The students are not going for pattern, but they are on the way towards it, and they will achieve that soon with your guidance. So there are very few educators who are working towards this small mission and to become a big one, because we all want children to come up in life with their small little achievements, no matter however small talent is.
Yes.
And educators like you are much needed in this world to empower people on the right track, to take them on the right track. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
So,
very much.
yeah, it was wonderful, really, really very, very wonderful to listen to your talks, and PPT's sharing was wonderful. So I would like to invite another of my speaker, that is Mrs. Sonal Seth. Are you there, ma'am? Yes. Yeah, please check on the screen, ma'am.
Hello.
Sonal, ma'am. Yeah, good
Can
evening.
can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
So, hello
Yes,
everyone.
yeah.
Jessica,
So I would like to introduce Sonal Seth, ma'am. She is a tutor from last 27 years. She is the founder of NGO Helping Hands Foundation that is in Surat. She has got many awards for her noble work. I mean, her work is innumerable. I just can't explain her work. And she has received awards as a Gujarat Darling Daughter by Mr. Nikhil Madrasi. And she has an NGO that is Helping Hands, who is working for less privileged kids living in slums and shelter homes, helping senior citizens for medicine, food, and clothes. I think during lockdown 2021, she had opened a NGO Helping Hands Foundation because a lot of problems were happening around. A lot of people were not getting enough food, shelter, clothes. There was chaos everywhere. And she has witnessed each and everything. She has seen all the suffering in it, and that motivated her to open an NGO Helping Hands Foundation. So, ma'am, welcome over here on this wonderful platform of IDYM. And today I'm going to highlight the issues and hear from you what made you open this NGO. Give us some experiential journey of yours, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Good evening to everyone. Jai Shri Krishna. Happy Navratri to all. Okay, so today it's a great opportunity to speak on this platform, IDYM. And thank you so much, Sonal Jaj ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to come here and speak few words. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
Okay, so coming
Let
back
the world
to
know. Let the world know what you are doing, because people like you are really needed. That is Atmanirbhar Bharat, and you are doing that.
Thank you, ma'am. So coming on to my topic, Atmanirbhar Bharat. What is Atmanirbhar Bharat? So it is this era of globalization. All countries are interlinked. And in this case, the definition of self-reliance has also changed. Self-reliance is different from self-centered. India believes strongly in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? It is that the whole world is a family. We all are one, and we should help each and everyone who are in need. India is a part of the world, and if India progresses, it's contribute to the progress of the world. By doing so, globalization will not be boycotted and by building a self-reliant India, but will be help in the development of the world. Therefore, for us, self-reliant India means improving the quality of life of people with economic development while remaining connected to the world. Therefore, for us, a self-reliant India means improving the quality of life of people with economic development while remaining connected to the world. So, what is the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan? What is that? It is the vision based on the wide, deep consultation with the several sections of the society, such as poor, rich, middle-class families, and all. Discussions were held various levels with various ministries up to PMO. Essentially, this is to spur growth and build a self-reliant India. The whole initiative is therefore called Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. So it is called that Atmanirbhar Bharat. And what is Atmanirbhar Bharat relates to a self-reliant India or self-sufficient India is the vision of the Prime Minister of our India, Mr. Narendra Modi, of making India a bigger, more important part of a global economy, pursuing policies that are efficient, competitive, and resilient, and being self-sustaining and self-generating. So, what make Atmanirbhar Bharat? What does it make it? Vocal for local. So, we have also done this, that we should purchase some whatever goods or whatever we want from the local vendors, not go for the global. So, be vocal for local. According to PM Modi, one of the key ways to build a Atmanirbhar Bharat is to buy and promote local products and brands and be vocal for local. He also highlighted the global brands that exist today were also local ones. जिसको हम buy कर रहे हैं वो भी एक समय में local ही था, and we helped them. सबने support किया, then it became a very big global. But when people began supporting them, they became global. So always encourage local products for the speedy progress of the country. If we use local products, this will not only strengthen the local identity, but also boost the economy that area and of our country too. So, what does Atmanirbhar Bharat mean for India? Shri Narendra Modi said, for India to become truly self-reliant, effort must be made to not replicate the global work pattern that don't sit well with the traditional way of life and focus on ensuring that raw materials to the final production, the country relies only on its own resources. Even he stated that India today stands at the point where it has to decide and become a self-reliant while supporting the world and other countries in overcoming the challenges that they face. And which are the 5 pillars for that Atmanirbhar Bharat? So the 5 pillars are economy, infrastructure, system, demography, and demand. These are the 5 pillars of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Economy, which brings a quantum jump and not incremental change. What is infrastructure, which should become the identity of our country? System based on 21st century technology-driven arrangements. Demography, which is a source of energy for the self-reliant India. Demand, whereby the strength of our demand and supply. So, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan is an important mission for the economic revival and progress of our Indian economy under the lockdown. The Atmanirbhar Bharat has been praised for reintroducing by the India of Swaraj as a tool for the post-pandemic Indian economy. So I'll come to my topic, that is Helping Hands Foundation Surat, how I started it. I have seen many people suffering, and that encouraged me to start this Helping Hands Foundation. Helping Hands was established by me on February 4th, and Helping Hands does not charge any fees from anyone. Anyone can join us. The main objective of this organization is to provide free education to the poor and orphan children. We provide timely, good breakfast, tea to the elder senior citizens in the shelter home, every morning so that they can maintain good health and do their daily activities by themselves. We also have given them jobs to the old people who are able to work. And we have also given sewing machines to many women for free so that they could earn their living and they could support their families. Our Helping Hands Foundation group has also started free education drive for the poor children on every Saturday and Sundays so that they can go ahead and become a good person. Apart from that, we also teach craft, mehndi, rakhi making, anything, any festivals come, we help them to, even in Diwalis also we'll help them to make diyas and everything. So I believe to help someone, one doesn't need money. मनी नहीं चाहिए, हर एक चीज के लिए पैसा नहीं चाहिए. वी डोंट वांट मनी फॉर एवरीथिंग. अवर टाइम इज आल्सो इनफ. हम किसी के पास जाकर बैठे, इफ यू गो एंड सिट beside someone and say few kind words, that is also motivating words for that person if he is low. So just by giving your time, smile, few kind words, that will also motivate a child, a senior citizen, anyone who is getting low. We have some time. If we have some time, we should educate some poor. We have some knowledge. So if we have time, enough in 1 week also, for 1 hour, that is also enough for one child. To educate that child and become an Atmanirbhar, self-reliant. उसको थोड़ा बहुत तो कुछ आएगा. He can go somewhere on the bus stop या railway station. He could read something. वो भी एक खुद में आत्मविश्वास, आत्मनिर्भर बनेगा वो. So I feel that is the real Atmanirbhar. We paid fees for more than 50 kids last year. Last year हमें बहुत सारे calls आ रहे थे. I was getting many calls last year that ma'am कोरोना की वजह से, COVID-19 की वजह से फादर ही लॉस्ट हिज फादर, सो उसकी फीस ही वाज स्टॉपिंग द एजुकेशन. हमने वी पेड द फीस फॉर दैट किड्स आल्सो, many kids, more than 50. I have paid the fees for all the children over there. I personally feel that I'll not buy one dress, but I'll pay the fees of that kid. So that is the real. I can't see that people, kids stop their education and go for work. Small kids, how will they work? How will they do things? If you all come and see that, you will get tears in your eyes that no, we should help these people. So for me, that help everyone and make them self-reliant. Today is Gandhi Jayanti, and even Gandhiji taught us how to be Atmanirbhar, because we all are so thankful to Gandhiji that he first took the initiative that Atmanirbhar kaise bana jata hai. He taught to spin charkha to the people living in the ashram. You know that time jab bahut pehle Gandhiji taught the ashram kids to how to spin the charkha and make the clothes. So millions of Indians were unemployed, and Khadi movement could save the poor from being exploited by the rich. Gandhiji that time took a vow that I'll not eat the food. मैं खाना नहीं खाऊंगा जब तक मैं पूरे दिन में आधा घंटा भी spin नहीं करूंगा. So that time he took the vow to spin for an half hour a day. Then only he would take the food. If अगर उन्होंने initiative नहीं लिया होता, अगर उनको ये thought नहीं आया होता, if ये thought उनके mind में नहीं आया होता कि we should fight for the freedom, तो आज हम लोग कोई आत्मनिर्भर के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे होते. So we should be thankful to him, and I really want to say that very, very happy Gandhi Jayanti, and I give a privilege and I pray for his soul. And even one more thing, our great ability as a human is not to change the world. We should change. हमें किसी को change करने की जरूरत नहीं है. We should only change, but once we change ourselves, तो सब हमें अच्छा ही दिखेगा, because everything is on our thoughts. जो हम सोचते हैं वो हमें दिखता है. So we should change ourselves. We should inspire everyone. That is all from me, Sonal ma'am. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. It is actually really very inspiring to hear your story, because when I was making the topics in the list, I never thought that Atmanirbhar will accidentally fall on 2nd October, Pooja. It is really a very coincidence, a blessing.
I was also thinking that how come it happens.
I think it happened. The right person for the right day, at the right
Yes.
time, for the right purpose. Everything fell into a place coincidentally.
This
The
is our
person
tribute. This is our tribute
Yes,
from IDYM.
tribute to
Yes,
IDYM and Sonal ma'am. Hats off to you. It shows your passion. It shows your dedication from heart that you want to go out and help people. And there are very few people like us who want to actually do something for the world. We don't expect anything. We don't want awards. We don't want certificates. But to make people aware, to make people how people can be made self-reliant, how people can be made Atmanirbhar. Because
yes,
we
ma'am.
talk, we talk about education, but when we give them education, we give them education for one day. Teach them the way education has to be implemented. Let them earn an earning for life, and that you are doing by teaching them small things. So this is a wonderful tribute to you, tribute to IDYM for having you over here to highlight the issues the world faced during the corona, the world faced during the pandemic, all the chaos and all the hardship that you have seen from the people, the way people were suffering. You came out to light a light of hope for them. And that shows when you come out of the dark, always carry the lamp with you so that the other person can walk past the light shown by you. So you will be showing the light to people in the millions. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for Atmanirbhar, real sense Atmanirbhar Bharat and
मैम
self-reliant
आई
India.
फॉरगॉट टू टेल यू वन थिंग कि अगर हम किसी बच्चे के पास जाते हैं तो वो डायरेक्टली दे नॉट कम टू अस, हमें उसको कुछ देना पड़ेगा, खाना भी तो देना पड़ता है कुछ. तो हम जाएंगे तो इफ विल गिव हिम और हर वन चॉकलेट और एनीथिंग लाइक दैट, टॉक एंड लाफ विद देम, प्ले विद देम, देन ओनली दे विल कम टू अस. एंड फिर बाद में स्टडीज की बात की जाती है. तो पहले तो हमेशा बच्चों को पेट पूजा करवानी पड़ती है, देन ओनली दे विल लर्न एनीथिंग.
That is why I think that is why in India we say roti, kapda और मकान. The basic things for survival. इसके बिना कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. जब तक हम रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान नहीं देंगे, एजुकेशन कहाँ बिठा के देंगे? जब बच्चे कपड़े नहीं पहनेंगे तो how will they will withstand the weather conditions? They need to have clothes on their body, and we need to feed them food. We need to give them shelter so that they sit in one place, get learned by the people who want to help them. And one thing I want to make everyone aware over here that Sonal ma'am has started breakfast scheme in the morning because there were no people to serve breakfast in the morning. She did it from her own purpose. She shells out money from her own pocket sometimes to feed the poor, and she doesn't expect anything, no achievement, no reward, nothing. She does out of love, out of dedication and passion. And Pooja ma'am, can you share the last two slides for Sonal ma'am, if it is possible?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Just a
Thank you so much. Yeah.
थैंक यू मैम.
I'm not able to share, Sonal ma'am.
No problem, Shane. No problem.
Because
I think.
I think I'm not the host. Just a minute. Just give me a second.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes. Is it visible?
Not yet. Not yet. Yes. Just last two slides. You can skip the first slides. Last two slides.
Just a It's on the slideshow.
Yeah. Sonal ma'am, you can read. Yeah. You
Just
want
show me.
to read?
Is it visible?
Not yet. Not yet. The last two slides. Before it was visible, ma'am. No, not this. Not this. The last two slides. Not
Okay,
this. You can
okay.
skip. You can skip this. Yeah.
Yeah, now it is. Now is it?
Not yet. It is saying you have started, but it's not showing. Yeah. So I would like to read out for Sonal ma'am. She is handling a foundation, Helping Hands Foundation. Helping Hands was established by Sonal Seth ma'am on February 4, 2021. Her organization Helping Hand does not charge any kind of fees from members, so everyone is free to join the group. The main objective of this organization is to provide free education to poor and orphan children. They provide timely good breakfast and tea to the elderly in the shelter home every morning so that they can maintain good health and do their daily activities by themselves. They have also given jobs to old people who can work. They have also given swing machines to many women for free so that they can earn a good living. Her Helping Hands group has also started a free education drive to poor children on every Saturday and Sunday so that they can go ahead and become a good person. Apart from that, they also teach art, craft, mehndi, and rakhi making. Next slide. This is the
Okay.
foundation. You can have a glimpse of the pictures and the people, the way the foundation is working towards wonderful empowerment of all the people. You can explain, Sonal ma'am, if you want.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. The first picture which you are seeing of a lady, she is the mother of one girl going to a college. So he lost his father in COVID-19, and he was teacher in Anganwadi. When I went to Anganwadi, she was crying so much that, ma'am, I don't have money to pay the fees, and if I don't pay the fees, my daughter will stop studying. Please help me to pay the fees. Then we paid the fees, and I guess 10K like that in the college, and help him to for the education. The second one is I'm getting the reward that Gujaratni Dikri, that I got the award from Nikhil Madrasi. And the third picture is of we taught every kid and senior citizens before having food we should pray, because we should be spiritual also. Before having food, it's a pratha of Indian that we should pray and then only eat anything. So I even taught them that before having the breakfast in the morning, we should pray. So daily morning, after praying, then only they'll get the breakfast and tea. That is that picture. And while even ma'am, जब इनको breakfast के लिए कौन बनाएगा, तो we gave the work to the lady who was really needy and wanted to support the family. So हमने उनको खाना बनाने का भी उनको वो दिया कि वो earn कर सके अपने family के लिए. The last second is, this one is also next to it, paying fees of the kids. And second down to it is with Anganwadi kids. We distributed all the biscuits and chocolates, and even I used to cook food from home and take for the kids. I make different types of pulaus which are really healthy for the kids. Sometimes paneer and everything, that they get good proteins. And I give this food to all the poor and needy kids. Even I go to slums and distribute the food. So these are all the slides. This is the Ba who is blessing me. During Corona, I regularly visited her. She don't have anyone of its own. She is living in a shelter home. And daily she says that, beta, tu aayegi tabhi mujhe acha lagega. तू जहाँ आएगी वहीं पर मैं रहूंगी. If I tell her कि माँ जी मैं आपको ओल्ड एज होम में रख देती हूँ, आप क्यों शेल्टर होम में रहते हो, तो बोलते कि नहीं, तू जहाँ आएगी वहीं पर मैं रहूंगी. I don't want to stay anywhere. I want to see you every day. So it's so much love they give me that वो मुझे inspire करता है कि I have to go there daily. And this is all that, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pooja ma'am, you can close the slides. And I think we all will take an opportunity to salute you, ma'am, first for 2nd October, Self-Reliant India, Gandhi Jayanti, Atmanirbhar Bharat is the right example for all the educators over here to share what they have done during pandemic, during COVID, without expecting anything from anyone, shelling out money from their pockets and doing out the good for the society. Sometimes I feel small actions don't need to speak louder. So people do big things in very small tunes. So bade kaam chote shahron mein hote hain. So I took this opportunity to invite Sonal ma'am to show the world what work she is doing. Let people be inspired from her and be self-reliant the way she is inspiring people, and let all the educators over here, all the principals and the founders inculcate this beautiful deed in children from childhood enough, how you can help people who really need you the most, whether it's education, whether it's motivation. Always have a year of listening. Listening skills should be developed. And number one is resiliency has to be inculcated. Resiliency is a must for today because people have really suffered a lot for mental health, for not being able to cope up with the work from home strategy because it was new for everyone. That culture was new for everyone. So hats off to you, Sonal ma'am, for showing the world what you're doing. And I take gratitude to having you to be invited here as a speaker for IDYM, and gratitude to Ravi sir for allowing me to invite people who are doing good work in the society. Thank you so much. So,
Thank
yeah,
you
so one thing I would like to ask you, Sonal ma'am, one question.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
if you give me the privilege to ask you,
Yeah, sure.
that is, what kind of activities are you giving to the ladies and the children so that they start earning money, and whether that money is sufficient for them to sustain their life or for daily wages or something?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Even we have distributed the sewing machine, and I have 2, 3 friends who are fashion designers. So I just insisted them that please you can give the work. So they all do the cutting work and give it to means teach to that ladies. So they are earning really very good and they are really very happy. If sometimes I'll get the chance, I'll just show you that ladies also.
No
And
problem.
machine.
No
And
problem. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you please continue. Please continue.
Yeah, even the food which we distribute to the children also, sometimes I'm not able to make everything. So I give it to some ladies over here who are really needy and who are really affected by the COVID-19. I give that work to that ladies so that they can earn something from it. I never bargain. Whatever they tell me, I just give it. And they really trust me so much and I trust them so much that I never say a word. If they say I want this much amount, I'll give it to them. It's okay, fine.
That is what is self-reliant India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. You are making people self-reliant. You are making people how to get up, stand on your feet, give them opportunities. That is where the educators lack. Untap the talent of the people, see the skills in them, whatever skills they have, empower them to earn money, whether it's a small amount also, because drop by drop the ocean gets filled with water from the sky. So the sky is never the
And-
limit. We have to go beyond the sky. So thank you so
And
much.
I think,
ma'am, for your-
Sonal ma'am, sorry to interrupt, freedom comes from the strength and self-reliance only.
Yes. Yes.
When you make others you give other that kind of freedom, then only we can be more.
Yeah. That is what we say. Don't expect anything. Just do it. Don't expect anything. Just do it. We have to have a session on this. Just do it. Don't expect anything. And see, you will be blessed with good health. You will be blessed with sanity of mind and thoughts automatically, because this is all what goes in the universe. It comes back to us. 100% fact.
I have really experienced this and I have seen God's how he helped me so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sonal ma'am, for your wonderful experience, learning, and highlighting what is actually Atmanirbhar Bharat in two practical ways, without any theoretical and without any bookish knowledge. Your practical experiences have really given us, everyone, that we will also go out and do something. It's never too late to be late. So hats off to you. So shall I take my privilege to call Pooja ma'am, or shall I take the session?
I will take the privilege of calling my dear Sonal. So, as everybody know, my dear Sonal, who has been day and night working for this NEPCSEs to be successful, and it is going to be only few days left to get for the completion. And I would like to introduce my co-moderator, my speaker for today, and always with a smile and always with a motivating word. No words to describe you, Sonal. You are a charm. You are awesome. What? No words. Like, I'm running short of words. So we all would like to hear from you the positivity which you always spread around with your friends and colleagues and everyone. So over to you, Sonal.
One thing I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the IDYM team, especially to Dr. Bedkar sir. He is always there for all the sessions and keenly observing, listening, motivating us. Just with his presence is more than enough for us, because we knew there is a senior-most member among us who is watching each and every action and deed of us. So hats off to you, sir, for being that privileged guest on this platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being there always.
So I would like to take the privilege of highlighting Anjum ma'am's and Sondal ma'am's theoretical and practical knowledge, that what makes them do this, what is the secret behind them doing this. So let us listen. What is it? Every morning is another chance to make the most out of your life. Last night sometimes becomes last night for some, but we all are blessed with another chance to live a better life. And we can make the most of it out of our day and thus out of our life. If we begin our day with a proper state of mind, that is what we need. Stay calm. We always say stay calm. No matter whatever the situation is, no matter whatever your battles are, no matter whatever your personal struggles are, keep them aside, weigh the pros and the cons, and what is going to weigh the most. When you see the balance of the negative things is low and the positive things are higher, the positive things will go vibrating in the universe, and automatically your cups will be filled with more of abundance. That is the law of universe. Number one is begin your day with gratitude. Don't just change your phones, watches, laptops, tablets, or iPads. The first thing in the morning, charge yourself टू विथ पॉजिटिव. जब हमारी बैटरी खत्म हो जाती है हम फोन फटाफट चार्जर पे लगा देते हैं, बैटरी खत्म हो गई लैपटॉप चार्जर पे लगाते हैं. Why not charge ourselves also? Keep the phone away, keep the laptops away, charge yourself with positivity. What is this positivity? Reflect yourself, introspect yourself, think what you want to do for the day, no matter what your mood is. Listen to a beautiful playlist song, something spiritual song, some beautiful hymns or chant. It is really going to make wonderful opportunity moment. The most powerful of all positive emotions that will make you feel empowered is gratitude, because it forces you to shift your attention to blessings rather than your problems. Always count your blessings. Your blessings are more than your problems. Leave the problems aside. Count your blessings. The blessings are more. Shift your attention to blessings rather than your problems, which are anyway going to be an integral part of our lives lifelong. Number two, resolve to have a positive vision. Have a proper vision. Whether you are alone, whether you have people with you, take them along in your journey. Even if you're alone, don't worry. Who is staying against you, who is defending you, who is not going to support you? If you are going on the right track, you will definitely win, because the law of universes, he is watching you. Dr. Bedkar sir is watching you at the session. They know what is happening and what is going on. So resolve to have a positive vision. Nobody, including ourselves, is perfect. Look beyond imperfections. Everybody has a good and a not so good side to them. And the tendency of the mind is to look at the not so good side. Every morning, resolve that you will try to look at the positive side. Look at the positive and deal with the negative. Positive, we have it now. Now we are going to see what is negative. How are the negative sides going to affect us? We are feeling gloomy. We have a fight with a family member. We have a lot of workload. We are not able to handle so many responsibilities at one time. Focus your attention. Try strategies. ये negative है. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the implementation techniques I need to make this negative into positive? That is called as converting the FOMO into a JOMO. The fear of missing out into a joy of missing out, and see the wonders it will bring. Look at the positive and deal with the negative, because the more we focus on the negative, we become occupied with others' faults and problems. Why are we always looking at problems of others? Why are we always looking at faults? Be non-judgmental. Everyone is having problems. Everyone is going through chaos of struggles in life. But learn to be calm. Learn to have a wonderful mindset. Help others in such a way that your own struggles will automatically divert their route automatically. Our mind becomes occupied with faults, and that is going to ruin our work, our joy, and our relationships. Don't let it affect your own culture, your own self-improvement culture. That is the most needed now. Number third is just broad the plans. What is happening to me is what I need. Nothing more, nothing less. Have a complete trust that every incident that's going to happen throughout the day, that which is beyond your control, is a small, simple part of a much larger picture, which eventually will be unfold only out of the good and your well-being. What is the meaning of this? For example, you had a bad day in the workplace. Your mood is not good. Or you're loaded with a lot of responsibilities, and your mind is not being able to divert into proper perspective. Whatever you to do, just stay calm. Because the moment you are in control of yourself, the moment your mind is in control of yourself, that will help you to process your other future moments together. So we need to adopt strategies. When we are educators, empowering people, why not use the same on ourselves first and see the change happening? Keep reminding yourself of this as you are confronted with challenging situations during the day. Number 4 is do the small things right. Don't think of the bigger plans. Don't think of the bigger achievements. Small things become bigger achievements automatically. Fill your cups with sugar, tea bag, herbal spices, and automatically the flavor will blend itself and you will get a wonderful tea that you need to drink, the taste of your choice. Small things lead to big attitude. Organizing your bed every morning will reinforce the fact that little things do matter. When we talk about skills, always see to it that when you get out of the bed, clean your bed in such a way that moment you start cleaning the bed, all the creativity will work wonders under your mind. You will start thinking positively. But when you see mess everywhere, when you see clutter everywhere, your mind is also going to be cluttered. So that we need to develop on ourselves first. If we want to be self-reliant for our own achievements first. If you can't do the little things right, you will never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, we all have, if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed you made. If you come home to the bed you made, clutter, mess, books lying over, everything mess, your mind is not going to be set. So clean your bed, clean your area where you're going to spend the time for most of the time and see the change, it will happen automatically. And to a bed you made, that gives you an encouragement that tomorrow will be always better. Number 5 is decide to help someone. Everybody you meet is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. Be kind, be helpful, invest your time, share empathy, and share the motivation talks with people. Listen to people's problem. Your problem might be more bigger than the person. The person who's sharing the problem might have a very smaller problem than you. So when you share your problem, the problem becomes balanced, and that is what is going to create relationships in a wonderful way. That will help you become self-reliant for your own soul first. Let the truth shine from within. You know your truth. The world doesn't. It is not to run away from the world, but to know its divinity and live in it. Don't train your mind, expand your mind. So we need to have an inner voice. Don't care what people think about you. Allow yourself to be seen, the real you, not the one you think will people's approval by wearing a fake mask. So this is all for today for self-reliant, your own soul first before you become the world self-reliant. So empower yourself first. Be your own motivator. Be your own self-driven vehicle. You are the driver of your vehicle. The engine, the fuel, everything is going to be filled by you. That's all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonal, for this spreading this positivity in such a giving such a beautiful example, which start from winding up the bed. This is very important. When we talk about self-reliant, we talk about self-sufficient, become working on ourselves. Then only we can talk about nature. So it is very much required that whatever we do with a positive mindset. Even though the problems are there, the hurdles are there, we need to overcome them. Really, the way you have explained everything in a spiritual term or in a very positive term, the term self-reliant. Hats off to you, your creativity. Again, all my gratitude, all my love for you.
I always say first be self-reliant for your own soul. Your
Yes.
soul is witness to everything. Don't
Yes.
harm it. Let it see the beauty of yourself first. किसी पे jealousy मत करो, किसी पे envy मत करो. Accept everyone. Everyone wants
And it
beautiful
works.
relationships. Yes.
Seriously,
And
it works.
it works. It does work. That spark is ignited automatically and the light shines from within. It does. Thank you so much.
I think from this platform, you have given a big message for all the listeners who are listening to this and who are a part of NEP, even from IDY, who have subscribed this channel. You should know that if you are positive, the things around you will come in a positive way only. So always meet someone with a smile, with understanding attitude. The resilience should be there. More of empathetic attitude should be there. Understanding should be there. You should not be judgmental of things. You know, this is the basic problem with human beings. We all are that we make a quick judgment. अच्छा इसने ऐसा कर दिया, ये इसका reason. Just give a pause. Just think for a while. What could be the reason behind it? And then see. The person might have a different outlook. You might have a different outlook. You need to have that kind of a patience and then go ahead. We should not be judgmental. We should have that those pause. And I think Sonal knows that during this NEP also we have been going through. But
I think we are talking about empowerment. We are talking about upskilling others. So first upskill yourself. First upskill your inner voice. It has a lot to tolerate. उसे bombard मत करो. Already your body is bombarded by so much of external factors that is ruining your health and mind. So don't ruin it. Empower yourself in such a beautiful way that your soul will feel calm. And all the educators over here, should start implementing this mindfulness strategy once in a week for all the children, how to accept mindfulness in academics to help them achieve better results in their academic career also.
It's very much required, that mindfulness word which we have used. It's very much required because as an educator, we all are working for this teaching students or doing different activities. But for ourselves, the mindfulness is very much required for trying. Because when we are stable, then only we can give the best result. So that
So
is
here I take any questions to ask me, please.
no question for this. You are giving the lesson for positivity, so no question at all.
So I will like the privilege to invite my wonderful co-host and moderator, the one who is always silently working behind, the one who is not looking for achievement, but a silent, quiet person. Whenever I just need a help, she just tell me, okay, tell me what it is, and she's always ready to do it. So welcome, Pooja Dikshit Joshi, ma'am, for your wonderful
Thank you.
cooperation, support. Indeed,
Thank you.
blessed
Thank
to
you.
have you in my life. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear, for this. From this NEP, we have been connected since the day one we started. We executed this plan, and thank you once again for calling me on this as a speaker, though, and for this wonderful interaction of mine. To begin with, most of the my co-speakers have covered all most of the things. To quote a few things, I would like to start with a few lines from Agnipat. वृक्ष हो हैं भले खड़े, वृक्ष हो भले खड़े, हो घने हो बड़े, एक पत्र छां भी, एक पत्र छां भी, मांग मत अग्निपथ अग्निपथ। तू न थकेगा कभी, तू न थमेगा कभी, तू न थकेगा कभी, तू न थमेगा कभी, तू न मुड़ेगा कभी, कर शपथ अग्निपथ अग्निपथ। So with this, I would like to say the India will never stop. India is self-reliant. We are on the verge of making our identity to the entire world. For India, self-reliance means being a larger and more important part of the world economy in terms of not only economy, in terms of altogether. It means a holistic development of India. When we are talking about the holistic development, it talks about the socio-economic, religious, and everything. So we know that India is a secular country. With that, India has to work on few things, which I think this today's century, or with the leadership of good leaders, we are going on that. Now, talking about the self-reliant, the development of each one is the identity of a self-reliant. So when we talk about the 5 pillars, which has been mentioned by my co-speakers, like economy, infrastructure, then demand. Again, we have to balance the demand and the supply. We have to be very mindful about what we are doing and how the resources has to be divided among. And it should not create a lag between the haves and the have-not. Now, talking about the social development, I am a sociology teacher, so I will be talking about the social development, how it have. So when we talk about the social development, it means a proper satisfaction of the basic needs, food, shelter, clothing. Then basic amenity means the roti, kapda, and makan. Now, in this basic amenity, the electricity, transportation, communication, and water also is included. Then only we can say that we are self-reliant or we are self-sufficient. With this, as my dear Sonal has mentioned about good mindset, good mental health is also one of the parameter, one of the component of self-reliant. Then we talk about that we should have more chances where we can open up. Then talking about the food habits, the nutritious diet should be a part of the self-reliant. We should be more aware about that what is good for us. Then we talk about the economic welfare. When we talk about the economic welfare means providing all the opportunities for all the people, employment opportunities. It's not only the employment, we have the new concept that is startups or entrepreneurship. This age is an age of entrepreneurship. We all are working in different ways. And we are educators also who are working on this. Then development of human being, enhancement of the literacy. Then vocational education, and our sessions have been a vocation, the professional education will also make us more self-reliant. Then the last is social integration. When we talk about the social integration, then it means involvement of people. When we are involving the people, we are integrating with them. And then only the self-reliant will work. Again, the same Sonal I mentioned that we should not be jealous of each other. We should be very wisely sharing the ideas. When sharing the ideas, sir must be having a different idea. I must be having a different idea. When we integrate those ideas, something new will come. And that is required. And that is why the startup is all about. Innovation is all about. So we should work on these things. These are the parameters, these are the basic elements that the participation of each one of us is very much important. Then we should be more resilient. We should be more understanding, empathetic. And again, we should talk more about it. We should talk what we are doing, vocal or local. Then if we talk about the technical term, manufacturing, whatever we are manufacturing, we need to showcase that is made in India. Then and again, I would like to make the Karl Marx. Karl Marx has talked about that there will not be there will always be a lag between the two classes. I think when we are self-reliant, we can somehow break that lag. We can somehow do something for this lag to come down. So this holistic development means all over development, economic, religious. When we should not be more communalism, should not be there in the society. We should talk about more secular things. So this, and today, as we know that today is Gandhi Jayanti and Shastriji's birthday, the two people, the two personalities who has given us so much for this world. And this world, self-reliant, has already, we know that this has come from Gandhiji only. Gandhiji, when we talk about the independence, he talk about that the villages should be more self-reliant. That time he used that word, self-reliant. That the villages, because that is the main thing. We are an agriculture country. So when we empower those people, those who are living in villages, then only we can talk about more of development. Then only we can talk about resilience. Then only we can talk about more equity, on more equality. So we need to work on these things. Then only we can say that we are more self-reliant. Now, during this COVID pandemic, we have seen, as we all know, that this word self-reliant or Atmanirbhar Bharat has come during that time only. And I think on May in 2020, this word has come. So the vision of India, which Modi ji wants, that turning crisis into opportunity, is going to prove equally effective to solve our resolve of self-reliance. India is on this making oneself self-reliant, and it can be ingrained through happiness, through cooperation and peace in the world. And it's a very famous quote, Matra Bhumi Putro Aham, means the culture that considers the earth to be the mother. This is what our India is all about. We talk about Bharat Bhumi, which becomes self-sufficient. It ensures the prosperity of the entire world. Then only India can progress, and then only we can talk about that all the goals and all the things which we want for India can be fulfilled. Now, talking about this International Yoga Day, this is again one of the achievements that we have been known, and yoga has started from India only. And when these kind of days are being celebrated, then only we are being recognized on the global world. When we talk about various schemes, then only the scheme that how the 130 crore citizens have been self-reliant. So we are proud, and we have to be proud of our centuries also, our leaders who have done so much for our country's independence. So this is a time that we need each one of us, including our 21st century still, we should empower each one of us, encourage us, and then we can be more self-reliant in the longer run. And then the last, if I wanted to quote the last thing, that the 5 pillars we have just discussed, and I don't want to go for that. Recently, 5G has been introduced on 1st of October, yesterday only. So just think that 5G is the beginning of the infinite sky of opportunities for India. We are setting standards. We are being as a role model for others. So there will be a time when Sarvam Atma Vasham Sukham means what is in our control is happiness. Self-reliance leads to happiness, satisfaction, and empowerment. So our responsibility to make this 21st century with the century of India will be fulfilled by the pledge of self-reliance. So with this, I would like to end my today's whatever I have prepared for it. Thank you so much, Sonal, for giving me this platform.
Yeah, I think each one of us has used our own perspective, our own landscape, what we have seen, what we have learned over the years, our experiences, the struggles that we have seen, and how we have endured them. That shows that we can empower people to our own ways of implementation strategies, because nothing is impossible, everything is possible. The way you said that you have to implement them, you have to take out it from inside of them. And being a sociology teacher, that's a subject that is going to help each and everyone to improve the social skills, and so much is there in sociology. I've studied sociology during my college days, so I know. So here we come to an end for the session. And before I end the session for 5-10 minutes, I would like to call all the speakers of here for one powerful message to the educators out there, action pointer for our. So I'll start with Anjum Qureshi, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm there. So, what I would like to say after the session is, when we want to talk about self-reliant India, and I was talking about innovation and entrepreneurship. So, for that, everyone should just remember one thing: every problem has a solution. So, we need to identify the problems around us and try to work for it, so we can go towards the self-reliant country. That's all.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is what we really need. We all need. Wonderful. That is why I always invite the speakers for one short action pointer for everyone. That is the wealth of the session.
Yeah.
So awesome. And Sonal ma'am, Sonal Seth ma'am, one action pointer for everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Always be kind to everyone. Let's motivate everyone. सबको कुछ ऐसे बनाओ कि वो सब self reliant बने, आत्मनिर्भर बने. So try to help. जिसको भी आप देखो, अगर he is in need, she is in need, आपकी थोड़ी सी help भी उसकी life बना दे. So be kind to everyone. That's my.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pooja ma'am, from you.
From my side, I will just wanted to quote that when spirituality spread now, then only we all will become responsible, and then that this kind of responsibility when come, we all can become self-reliant. So more of empathetic, as just Sonal ma'am has been mentioned, that we should be more empathetic, kindful in whatever act we are doing. Small act counts, and it's like Sonal also mentioned that one drop can make a big ocean. So we need to be very wiseful about our action, and then we can progress.
So I think we all have said this in such a beautiful way. What are the self-reliant techniques? What are the Atmanirbhar techniques? सबके एक action pointer में छुपा हुआ है. So from my side, I would like to say, just be like the sun. The sun comes every morning, shines, gives its lights to the vast universe, sustains life on the earth without expecting anything, burning selflessly. Don't burn, but जितना दे सकते हो दो. Expect मत करो. And Idym is giving, we all are giving, myself I am giving, Sir Ambedkar sir is giving his presence. We don't expect anything. We are like sun, we are like coming, giving a light to everyone. And while we go back to our homes during sunset, the sun shares its light with moon. The moon shines and brings light to the darkness in the night. So see the selfless companionship of the sun and the moon. Let us all be together, give light to each other, ताकि वो जो अगर डार्क में अगर वो दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है तो उसको सन की रोशनी से वो चमक उठे. So that is my wonderful way of empowering everyone. Atmanirbhar Bharat calls for this. Share your light with others, help others to empower themselves, yourself. Be like a balance, the pros and cons. किसी को destroy मत करो, किसी को नीचे मत गिराओ. Don't criticize others. That is what I always empower others with. Everyone wants to come up in life, and your time will definitely come, no matter whatever the hardships are. And we will bring you all, we will empower you all over here from IDYM. So, Ambedkar sir, your review for the day. Warm welcome.
Thank you.
Our heartfelt respect.
And all the respected resource person, Anjum Qureshi ma'am, Sonal Seth madam, Pooja Joshi madam, and yourself also, not resource person, but you said something best for the listeners. So today's topic was self-reliant India, and it was nicely printed by all. Qureshi madam was saying about the artificial intelligence, potential of artificial intelligence and patents. These are the potentials to create the self-reliance. There is no need to say about the social work of Sonal Seth madam, because Seth is in Marathi is a Saukar, who is donor, and what she did, it's out of our imagination. I salute you, madam. It was need of that pandemic days where you do the best thing, and your work is full of blessing of those who we have help needed. And you also received by award. Without your work is beyond the award, madam, because Gujarat is always leading to help the others. and you are one of the representative of that state. Also, Sonal Madam, Pooja Joshi Madam is also saying the holistic development of India, how it is supportive to the our self-reliance India. So, in all, the session was very nice, and your summary, all the things, words was very. I like you are saying that this is all the petrol. So, this series you have conducted is best effort, and you have engaged all resource persons and summarized every points. Those should be remembered by us. And today's your that lines about from morning to up to the night, what we think positively, what we did positively, these should be texted one. If you text it to me, I will read and keep it with me. These are very best lines. Someone or everyone should read and remember that. I remembered one example for that, just small example. We were traveling to our university and we were filling the car, petrol. And when that was done and we started our journey, I just interactively asked everyone what you are seeing to the counter, petrol counter. They were saying that he should fill some less petrol. So we were observing that. I said that it's wrong. You should see if he's going to feel more, then we have to pay him. That's why we have to see it, because wrongly he should do something. So in every situation we should learn positive, and I am proud that being a principal, I have created a very joyful atmosphere in my college. So we get the benefits of that. When teacher come to visit to me, he goes always happy from me, not insulting, not any other thing. So it's my daily work, and with your tips also, I will try to encourage myself also from today also. Thank you, madam, for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words are like gems for all of us over here, all four of us over here present today. So, for myself, I would like to say that when pandemic attacked us, so a lot of principals were in a very chaos. Like they didn't know how to educate a 3-year-old child. For parents had the degrees, the parents had all the college and achievement. They had a highly qualified salary to take home, but they were not aware of how a 3-year-old child can be educated at home. So, being an early years educator for the last 45 years, I have implemented so many strategies how technology can be blended with offline learning, online learning. So, many people from various parts of the world connected with me for how teaching aids can be made from ways, how you can implement them in your lesson plan. So I have actually empowered more than 1 lakh plus educators across the globe. I have made them self-reliant. I have made them Atmanirbhar to stand up on their feet. And then number two is a lot of people were infected with COVID. A lot of people had lost hope in the doctors because the doctors were not able to be trusted. So being a universal healer, I healed many patients from my healing powers without taking any penny from more than 150 plus patients. So a lot of people were empowered in beautiful ways. A lot of people were given self-reliant techniques. उनको motivate करो, उनको help करो, उनके talents को देखो, उनको empower करो that you can do it. Why fear? Remove the acronym of fear. That is saying face everything and resolve. So when you accept this, face everything and resolve, the fear will be shifted to yes, I can do it. And my speakers over here for the 18 days today have really shown that they can do it, and they can do it in a wonderful, beautiful way. So I take my gratitude to all of you. And before ending the session, I would like to end on a beautiful note. That is,
before you end, ma'am, I just want to add one thing. When you were talking about self-reliant, I just wanted to say this IDYM platform is making us all self-reliant, giving this platform of speaking without without charging anyone anything from them.
yes,
And this
yes.
is the wonderful thing which Ravi sir have started in 2020 when this COVID started. IDYM have been long back started, but we all get connected during that time, and
Yes,
still
yes.
it's running. So
Running.
it is what we are making, and I know we have few examples where they were not getting any platform, and Ravi sir or the organization has given each one of us that kind of liberty to make ourselves more self-reliant. And
Definitely.
this is what gratitude to Ravi sir, to IDYM from this platform. that thank you once again, sir, for being with us and always taking our ideas. Always. Hats off to you, sir.
You know what,
Thank
Pooja,
you.
you know what is the biggest, I can say the biggest quality of Ravi sir is the trust.
Yes, the
Trust
trust.
that he has in all of us. And
Trust.
we should कहते हैं ना वो ओथ लेना चाहिए, वो गंत लेना चाहिए, ओथ लेना चाहिए कि yes, you can trust us. We are always there with you, no matter what. Even if you need any help, we will definitely pitch in and give you. But let us not lose hope. Let us not give up, no matter whatever the situation and the challenges are. So, Ravi sir, keep the flame ignited. We are all there with
And
you.
my dear technical team, the two women who are holding this, they
Dinal
are
ma'am.
doing excellent work, wonderful
Excellent.
work. Denul and Janman. So her mother. So they are the main pillars. So
That's it.
thank you once again, the entire team of IDYM for making us self-reliant.
So before I take our end over here, I would like to just share a few words of wisdom. It is not always that life will serve you everything on a platter. You have to try new things, push yourself to thinking about and doing different things. Only when you are put across through various experiences, you grow in terms of your perspective about life. Don't wait for the conditions to happen. Make that condition a beginning and see the beginning. And let us all wish for the best. Self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat, all of us over here. Gratitude to Ravi sir, gratitude to Dinal ma'am, to her mother, and all the wonderful, beautiful speakers over here to empower each and everyone. That is what we will go ahead and make self-reliant India. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Ravi sir, you have made us Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you so much. So let
Thank
us
you so
have a
much. Thank
screenshot
you.
picture for all the speakers over here. Let us have a nice screenshot picture for all. 2nd October, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Gandhi Jayanti.
Smile. I'm taking it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Day 18, 2022 NEP series. I extend my heartfelt gratitude. Namaste to everyone for being amazing, for being the voice that we all need. So Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October, the most highlight of I think the 2022 is ending now. So
I think, Sonal ma'am, can we play that video which has been made by the IDYM on this channel?
Yes,
Can
you
we?
have. You have.
I have.
Okay, do it. Please do it.
Ma'am, say Bharat Mata ki Jai, Jai Hind.
Yeah, Jai Hind. Yeah, just a minute. I will just play.
There are two auspicious occasions. The Navratri is also there, and then Gandhi Jayanti is also there. So what else
Yes.
can be more auspicious? And Anjum ma'am has highlighted wonderfully all the technical aspects. So salute to all of you. And
Yes,
our
Charan.
own wonderful Iman ma'am watching us behind the screen. She has started learning Hindi. What else? What self-reliant personality you want? She started words of Hindi.
Tell you. The video made by Denul for this
yes.
occasion.
Wow.
Is it audible? Audible?
I just love the last line. Ask not what the country wants to do for you, what you want to do for the country, what you want to do for the people out there. That is Atmanirbhar. Of your own self first, I will say, not for Bharat, for ourselves first. You become that self-reliant personality. You become that Atmanirbhar icon so that others look at you and do the right thing for the right purpose at the right time. So,
True.
Pooja, we take a
Thank you.
for everyone.
Thank you once again, all the participants, all the speakers, and my dear moderator for today, always with a smile and cheering up everyone, motivating everyone, encouraging everyone. So this is the beauty of this platform, that we are here to empower each other. Thank you once again for joining us. We'll meet with another series of NEP tomorrow at the same time. Namaste, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
18 days successful. Let's
Yes.
hope for the best. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a wonderful